podcast time. Yay, we're here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2, season 8, Gameroom podcast. We're here. I'm here. Jonathan's here. Dwight's here.
Are you sure?
Who is everybody? Oh, yeah. I'm Michael McLeod, by the way. You know Jonathan Duffer and Dwight Robinson. I already introduced him, kind of.
I don't know if I'm actually here or not.
You're here. You're here enough. You're here enough for me. Yep. That's all that really matters. You're here for the fans. The legion of Jonathan Duffer fans.
That's right.
With their JD posters they have.
Legion.
That's right.
Legion of
legions. Legions of JD fans.
Gotta give people what they want.
Give them what they want. More JD.
JD.
Yeah, there you go. See? You've heard it. Anywho, we're here this week. We're going to be talking about later in the show. Great, or at least good, games that were killed by internet negativity. And that's what's coming up later in the show. But for now, because we've been having our break, we had our welcome back quiz episode last week. I'm going to play a little catch up here. What we've been playing over the past, I don't know, however months. I didn't put a lot of stuff on here. I'm just what I've been playing over the past week. So if you want to hear my thoughts on some other stuff, we're going to have to know each other personally. Or tack on to Dwight. Hot seat. What have you been playing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Dwight?
There's 2 games that I rented that I haven't really gotten a chance to dig super deep into, which is Crimson Desert and then Ease 10, Proud Nordics.
I've rented both of these through GameFly too, so I can jump into parts of these as well.
So Proud Nordics, I just started it up, and I started I forgot the name of the mode, but it's basically this new game plus mode because I beat the original already. It's a new game plus mode where you keep the power level that you had before, and all the other enemies and everything are also, at that same level that you were at end game, like around level 80 or something.
Wait, will it pull up a regular East 10 save to do that with?
It doesn't load the save. It just loads the stuff that you had.
Okay, so if you had regular East 10 though, it'll pull. It acknowledges it. Okay.
Yeah, so you would start the game from the beginning, but you have all your shit. I think the only thing it doesn't carry over is I think it's money. It's either money or something else. But you can keep, and you choose what you keep. Like when you first start the new game plus, it asks you, hey, do you want to keep your power, your experience, your equipment, blah, blah, blah. So you can choose if you want to get rid of some of that if you want to. I kept all that shit. I'm trying to blow through that.
I worked for that. Come on now.
Yeah. So, it's great. And I think this version has runs at higher frame rates and stuff, I believe. I don't know.
I rented it on Switch 2, so I couldn't say.
Yeah, I think even the Switch 2 has a 60 FPS mode or something.
It was very smooth, I can say, and looked good. So I mean,
yeah. There's a 120 mode on there, which is it's nice to have, I guess. But either way, looks great. It's definitely worth playing if you've played and I think the changes. I did scroll through some of the changes they had. They look interesting enough to play through it again. And I like Ease 10, so could definitely blow through that again. I'm skipping all the cutscenes, which is funny because I haven't played it in so long that I don't really remember what happened. But yeah, I'm just skipping all that to just get to all the fights.
Remember, they were pirates. That's about the extent.
Yeah.
I want to know what Jonathan was laughing about. Jonathan had to hold his laughter in. I gotta know what.
A weekly episode thing on my phone over here, and I just saw where you put what we've been playing, no more than 1 to 2 entries.
Yeah, it's fine.
Got 5.
I know. Both of y'all have well over 2, but it's cool.
I did not see that at all when I was putting mine in.
It's fine. It's the first time back that we're talking about games. It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna light you guys up this week.
I almost died when I saw it.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's only been there for about a month or so it's fine.
Yeah. But either way, it does it's definitely worth playing if you haven't played it before. So there's that. I also started up Crimson Desert. The game so far I think is pretty good. It's usually that kind of game is usually not in my wheelhouse. The kind of hyper open world, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of waypoints on this map that you have to go to and do quests and blah blah blah
you're
whatever.
a known open world disliker.
Yeah. But I wanted to give it a try because I loved Black Desert. I love the combat in it, especially, and seen a lot about the combat stuff. I think the combat is amazing, and
Combat is good.
I love how interactive everything is, and just having like an entire um, branch of attacks that are just melee is amazing, and having like 10 different grabs and like slams and stuff like that is awesome. So definitely looking forward to that. The game itself, I could definitely see why there is, the audience is kind of split down the middle. Some saying it's awesome, and some saying like, oh man, there's so much like jank in this game. It does have a lot of jank. It is absolutely not like a AAA Rockstar Games joint or whatever. It does a lot of stuff differently from most other games, which I don't think is a bad thing in general.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that do just objectively suck. Like the controls are bad. The controls are really bad. And hopefully they fix them. I haven't tried it again recently. And I know
They have fixed a lot since, because me and you talked about it briefly, and just how absolutely asinine a lot of this stuff was at the beginning.
Yeah.
They've been listening to feedback, which I know that games get patches, that's what they do, but they've been like pretty quick with turnarounds on
they've been blowing through those updates.
So I've played it several patches. Like just moving around is easier now, because just moving around before was like at the beginning was just like I can't do it. This is awful, But it's still not perfect, but it's like okay, we're in a state that I can play this game in now. So
and so far, I don't think I'm going to play it anymore though. I think I'm going to send it back to GameFly and then just get it on sale on PC and play it through like GeForce Now or something like that. Because I didn't want to get too far, and then of course I'm not going to be able to transfer that save or anything to the PC version. I'd rather play that because I don't have a PS5 Pro or anything like that. So
yeah, that's what I'm playing it on.
Yeah, and it looks good on. It looks decent on Series X, but I just want to be able to turn on the ray tracing and then have the fucking frame rate go nuts. That's what I want. So having to, I want to playing at 40 is not bad, but I don't really. I'm at the point now where I don't want to compromise on that shit because I think what was it? I played Omelette Du for Mars. What the hell is that? Claire Obscure. So Expedition 33, I played completely on GeForce Now, like the PC version. I downloaded on Xbox just to test it out, and bro, it looked terrible. And it was running at like 30.
In comparison, I played on PC as well.
Which doesn't make any sense. The game is so reliant on timing, and it runs at 30 on consoles. Like, what the hell is that? Yeah, I deleted that shit immediately and just played the PC version.
Is it running on 30?
There's a 30 and a 60. There's a 60 mode as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course it turns all the damn it turns like everything off. But either way, to the last game that I've been putting a shit ton of time into is Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
No spoilers. I still haven't gotten to it. It's on my list.
Neither.
So I'm not gonna spoil anything. But I liked Xenoblade 1. It was alright. Xenoblade 2 was pretty good. I liked the combat, but the story was not really the thing that really pulled me in. I don't know, it just seemed like a weird like harem fantasy thing for a little boy, so it's like whatever. So it was okay. And then I did like Torn of the Golden Country better gameplay wise, but you guys know I put that game off for like a year because of that bullshit that it had with the story where they had this like this new mechanic where you had to do a certain amount of side quests to push the main story forward. Like you could not go forward in the main story until
I hate it when games. It's not the only game to do that, but I hate it when games do that.
Oh my god, it was terrible. It's like, oh, you have to raise your town level to like level 3 or 4, and you start off at like 1. And I'm like, what the heck? I had to do hours and hours of ridiculous side quests. And the thing is, I think what made it worse was just that I don't care about any of these like townspeople characters. I didn't care about any of them. None of their stories were interesting. Like the whole situation was not really interesting. I already know what's going to happen.
Padding for the game.
Yeah, it's just extreme padding. And then when I finally went through that and I kind of pushed through that, and It's crazy. As soon as you do the last side quest, now the option to progress the story comes up, and then you go to the waypoint to progress the story, and it's like the final boss. And I'm like, what?
That's
Why? What is this shit? I hated that. So Xeno 3 does not do that. Or well, it
Thankfully.
does it in a way that makes you want to actually do the side quests. And it's crazy because it has the exact same system as Torn of the Golden Country, where these towns or like areas, villages, or whichever, have different people with different relationships, and you could do quests, and then it will, change the relationship or improve them, or you'll learn more about them. It's crazy. It's the exact same thing, but the way that it's done is, for one, not, you don't have to do a certain amount of them to push the story forward. You could just critical path it if you want to. But they're so much more interesting. The story is so much more interesting. The characters are so much more interesting. I did all of the shit just because it's so much more interesting. And I actually wanted to do it and then learn about the characters and everything. The combat is great and everything too. It doesn't have that RNG blade system that Xeno 2 had, which was
Yeah.
very annoying to really deal with. It's very cool. So I'm not gonna go into detail about
You're not done with this
transfer
though,
works,
right?
but
You have over 100 hours. You're not even finished with it, right?
I'm over 100 hours, and I think I'm like a little bit past midway.
Jeez.
gravy.
Yeah. So and there's a
Well,
point
hurry up and
where
finish it so the HD pack can come out. And they're gonna make it
yeah
4K and
yeah
all that shit. You know that's gonna happen the second you get done with it. They're gonna be like,
yeah
"We've improved
yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3
And
to be
normally
everything Dwight wanted."
I'd probably try to wait for that, but I mean I started
That's what I'm
playing.
waiting on.
Yeah, I started playing and I was like, oh, it's good, and there's enough there's enough motion blur to kind of like hide it a little bit. So I don't get if a game is running at 30 and I can't even reach 30, I start to get like really motion sick now. Like it really
Yeah.
bothers me. But it's smooth enough, and of course Switch 2 is running it, better than normal, so it usually reaches
Locking it
30 all the
down a
time.
little bit, yeah.
The new update that recently came out, where it allows you to play Switch One games as if they're in dock mode, is a
Yeah.
godsend. It is amazing, and then people were asking for this when it first came out. I was asking for this when it first came out, and the fact that Nintendo actually turned that on, first of all, is crazy because I didn't think Nintendo cared about any of that shit. But they did, and it's amazing. Like it
Hmm.
looks so much better. It's still not quite 1080p, and you can tell that it's not, just like the character, models and everything. But the UI is 1080p. It's very crisp. It's very nice. And then the cutscenes are 1080p. You could tell. Like it when they zoom in on somebody's face and everything, and it's just really
It's like
crispy
jumps
looking.
up in quality. And you're like, all
Yeah.
right, I see what you're doing
So
here.
much better. I cannot wait for them to put out some sort of 60 FPS patch or something, which would make it so much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game is amazing. Like
I'm
I
looking
love it.
forward to it, man. I hear it has incredibly good DLC too that like ties 1, 2, and 3 all together story wise.
Yeah. Yeah, which
I'm
I
stoked.
haven't got to that, but I had to get to it like after the game is finished.
Well, it's
Finished or
meant to
whatever.
be. It's meant
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be like played way after
yeah.
anyway. So
Story is so, and then out. One thing that I'll say is it does something that Tales does, which is why I've always liked Tales games for their interpersonal relationships way more than Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy, it's about like the big, world ending thing, and they don't really interact with each other that much, just in cutscenes, and then that's it. In Tales games, they're always talking. They're always talking to each other. They can talk to each other at camps and everything. They have all these like little skits and everything.
yeah,
So,
like a real party of people would do.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xeno 3 kind of brings in that a little bit, which is great. It's not at the same level of Tales, but it's definitely way more than they did in like Xeno 2 and everything. So that's also awesome. So yeah, definitely worth a play if you haven't gotten to it yet. I'd say it's
So,
worth starting now with this new update. But yeah.
no, I gotta wait. Gotta wait. I'm not gonna have a Fable situation over again. Fable did
Gonna wait.
that.
Gonna wait
Mm.
for the Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3 collection on Switch 2.
If I have to rebuy it, so be it.
Uh,
But I want to play it at a higher fidelity, just because I'm just what I'm gonna do. I
so
play.
I do think they're gonna eventually upgrade them all. I
I think they will
sincerely
too.
doubt they're gonna make a collection though. Because Nintendo wants
Yeah.
to buy them chips.
I don't know. They could just keep selling what they have. They'll make like a Switch 2 version of it and
Yeah.
sell
Yeah,
you that one. But Xenoblade, excellent series, but man, you gotta commit some time.
Yep.
And man, there's so much stuff coming out. I don't have the time right now. So I'm gonna go run through mine. I have less than Jonathan on here, so I'm just gonna run through mine real quick. I've been playing Life is Strange Reunion, which I think a lot of people kind of forgot that came out. They kind of set this up like it's gonna be like the last one, but I don't think it will be, just based on how the story's going. And I'm pretty sure I'm like right near the end. But it reunionizes. That's the word.
Unionizes.
Reunionizes Max and Chloe from the first game. Which, if you played the first game, it's like has a multiple ending situation where, in my head canon, Chloe is dead. But there's some time. If you played this series, you know there's like time travel shenanigans going on. That's like the whole thing, and yeah, that's pretty much the same thing here. It's just they're no longer teenagers; they're like young adult people. They're less annoying than they were when they were teenagers.
Didn't they do that in the other Life is Strange
last one?
So there's like Life is Strange, then Life is Strange 2, which didn't have Max or anything in there. Then they had Life is Strange
True Colors, which was a different girl entirely.
Thing, yeah. And then there was another one that brought back
Double Exposure, which came out last year, and I played it. It did not have Chloe in it. It just had Max in it. This is a direct sequel, by the way, to Double Exposure. So,
interesting.
Yeah, that's how they were able to turn it around so quick. It's using clearly the same engine, the same you're at the same school. It's the same thing. It's just a continuation of the story.
Gotcha.
Because Double Exposure kind of leaves off on a cliffish hanger. I say cliffhanger. It does end, but there's there's more coming. It did Captain America will return bullshit at the end, so.
Right. They ran out of film metaphors too, I guess.
Were they still in high school in Double Exposure?
No.
I thought they were older in that one.
No, they are older.
Oh, gotcha.
Max, the main character, she is a professor at a college now.
Oh, they're actually adults.
Oh, they're they're young adults. They don't look that much older than the kids they're teaching. But yeah, they're adults.
Gotcha. So it's a CW show, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. It is Smallville. A little bit farther. The later seasons of Smallville.
The later years.
Yeah.
We played the original game, and me and my wife loved it. But that was like 10 years ago now.
I think you might like these. They're you can skip True Colors. But if you want to play Double Exposure and Reunion, they're like pretty good. They really,
Life is Strange too, I guess.
Electric Boogaloo. I have Life is Strange 2. I never played it. Still sealed.
Yeah. Because that one has nothing to do with
it.
Yeah. It's the same area, but it's not the same characters.
Yeah, it's a different. It's like kids. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, it's the whole vibe of it didn't appeal to me. True Colors was okay, but True Colors ends incredibly abruptly. It's like they ran out of money or time or something. It's getting interesting. They're like, up, right near the end. It just fucking just go.
They ran out of film.
Well, it had nothing to do with that. She had a different power. It was not a time travel power like Max.
They ran out of paint.
She could see people's emotions.
They ran out of emotions.
Yeah, they ran out of something.
They ran out of tears to cry.
They ran out of tears.
I would give these a shot though, if you like them. I mean, they're pretty good. I like them. Like what I was saying earlier, they really want you to do a romantic relationship with Chloe. They keep shoving that in your face.
Yeah.
Which I think that's what a lot of people wanted anyway. But they give you multiple chances. They're like, "Hey, you want to kiss her now?" I'm like, "No."
Now, right? Yeah.
They do that at least twice. They're like,
So you hear the Little Mermaid fish in the background singing.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. No, that one. Yeah, that's the wrong song I was going for.
Kind of like
I don't know.
Liara in Mass Effect.
I will get.
Yeah.
I'll get through it probably by maybe over the weekend. I don't know. I'm right near the end. I could tell. So it's fine. The only other game I've played super recently, I've played other games, but Legacy of Kain Ascendance came out, and longtime listeners or people that know me know I love Legacy of Kain. Big fan. I played all of them. Talk about time travel fuckery. on the main game, the main series. Talk about something that's hard to follow. It's like almost Kingdom Hearts level of like plot, where it's just
Ooh.
like, what? You can follow it though. There's only, in fact, you could play Blood Omen 1 or 2 or Soul Reaver and be fine by themselves. But once you get to like Soul Reaver 2 and Defiance, it just like just
Didn't they have like different
bring your
genres
ibuprofen.
too? Because
What?
like the first Blood Omen was like a Diablo clone, and then the later
It's well, the
games
first
were.
one's more like a Zelda game, honestly, than
Mm,
anything else. The second Blood Omen is a third-person adventure game.
mm,
Soul Reaver 1 and 2 are both kind of Zelda-like, and Defiance is kind of like a Devil May Cry / Zelda-like almost. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
It's anyway, there hasn't been a new game in a long time. Like a very
mm,
long time. 2005, something like that. It's been a minute.
mhm,
And they made a new one. So I think they kind of saw the positive reaction that Soul Reaver collection got and the
mm,
Defiance like remaster got. I bought both of them. I know a lot of people did. They were excited. And this so I'm gonna preface this. This game is only $20, brand new. It's over in about 3 hours. It's incredibly short.
Oh wow.
I
mhm,
beat it in like a sitting, but I was compelled. I don't play for 3 hours very often in a whole time, so I cared about the story. The story runs concurrent to the lead up to Soul Reaver 1. It's
mm,
like what happened to Raziel. You already kind of knew this stuff, but like it's from Raziel's sister's point of view, which I didn't even remember she had a sister, or maybe this is a new character and I just was, maybe they're trying to shoot. I don't know.
mm,
Um, the cool thing though is they got the original voice cast back together. Like
Mm.
original Kane, and original Kane is like, as my favorite. His name is Simon Templeman. He's my favorite voice actor of all time. He sounds great.
mhm,
Obviously Tony J is dead, but they got clips of him to like reprise his role as well.
mm,
Of course, they all sound great. The guy they got to play Raziel, and I hate that I don't remember his name. He's old now, as all of them
mhm.
are. He does not sound the same. He sounds old.
Yeah.
And so they're showing a younger version of this character
Yep.
that sounds older.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. See, yeah. So this
This
does go along with
I
what we
love
were talking
having
about
him
earlier.
there, but I'm just like, you need to AI him or like do some trickery to like
Yeah.
get his voice right.
I feel like there at some point we gotta let the nostalgia go a little bit for some of this stuff.
Raziel has such a distinct, like, I will say the one good thing about the series, not a good thing.
Mhm,
I mean, good thing, yes, but it's a double-edged sword. Everyone has a unique voice.
mhm,
Raziel and Kane, they don't sound like anyone else. Like it's not
mhm,
a Nolan North, it's not a Troy. They sound like no one sounds like them. But
mhm,
because of that, yes, I mean I want to get back. I don't know who they're going to get to replace him. It's almost like Vincent Price. You imagine that? Like nobody sounds
Mhm.
like Vincent Price.
yeah.
I recently
Yeah.
watched The Hobbit. I'd seen the first two Hobbit movies. I didn't remember too much about them, and I'd never seen the third one. But I didn't realize I just watched The Lord of the Rings like right before that.
Oh,
I didn't
Oh no,
Legolas.
I already know
realize.
where this is
Yes,
going.
yes. I
Yeah.
was
Yep.
like, holy
Legolas.
crap! They
Yeah.
couldn't de-age him at all. Really? He looks so old, and he sounds old too. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude,
They
you
tried
couldn't
to
have done
de-age him,
anything.
but that was in the early
It's
stages
terrible.
of
I
that.
feel like
But
nowadays, if it came out nowadays, they
I
could have done
mean,
a lot better. But
but
Yeah.
makeup man, they could have prosthetic. You
Yeah.
still had good
Yeah.
prosthetics. I mean, look at
He's a
Lord of the
he's a
Rings.
an
I
ageless
mean,
elf that
they,
definitely did not look ageless.
yeah, they could
he's
have.
aging in reverse apparently. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I understand that the CGI was obviously not as good back then,
Yeah.
yeah.
but they could have done better, and they just didn't.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure they could have.
yeah. I don't know. Back on that though. I love the game. If you're interested, buy it. I see like the reviews. It's nothing but negative, negative, negative. And it's
Mm,
just like this isn't what we wanted. It's like a Castlevania ripoff. Hey, it's not really.
mm,
But it's just like if you love this series and you want this next like big entry,
mm.
like this is they had. I'm sure they had like no budget. They probably spent most of the budget hiring the damn voice actors back. Like you know,
Probably.
like
So
that's why
this
the
is
game's
a remake, right? Not like a
no.
new
It's
entry.
not. It's a new entry, but it's a side
Oh.
entry to the main. It's on the lead up to Soul Reaver. from
Gotcha.
Portland. So it's interesting, but if you're interested, as we'll
Fans don't know what
discuss,
they want
you
sometimes.
can't. Yeah, exactly. Fans don't know what
gotta
they want.
ignore them sometimes.
Yeah, you just gotta do what's right.
Anyway.
That's all I got for games, though. Let's go ahead and wrap it up with Jonathan here. You got
All right.
a few things on here that I've also played, so
I do, but I'll most of these I don't need to talk too much about. I don't remember if I ever mentioned Puzzle Agent 1 or 2 on here. I think I have in the game recommendations.
yes, you have. And that specifically, I think, where you mentioned them.
Okay. Well, yeah, I recently replayed those. Puzzle Agent 1, I could pretty much memorize have that one memorized. Puzzle Agent 2, I remembered a lot less of. But these are both Telltale games. They're puzzle games. They have a little story behind them. Nelson Tether's FBI agent in the puzzle division goes to a northeastern town to U.S. town to solve a mystery about why
Chalk
the
something?
hmm?
Chalkboards or chalk or something?
Erasers.
Erasers.
So the foreman.
I'm like, hold on, it's in there.
The foreman of the eraser factor in Scoggins, Minnesota, has disappeared, and they're trying to figure out why. And the reason the FBI is in on it is because it's that eraser factory is the one that supplies the White House with all of its erasers. So the White House needs its erasers. So
God forbid we get another supplier.
it's a very silly story, but the puzzles are pretty good. Some of them are a little too simple. But I mean, if you like puzzle games, they're cheap. I think you can still buy them on Steam, even though Telltale's defunct. But yeah, if you can get your hands on them, they're pretty good, decent little puzzle games. BioShock 1 and 2, I started replaying because I realized there were achievements for finishing the game on the hardest difficulty and finishing it without using Vita Chambers. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. And BioShock, it actually was not as hard as I was expecting it to be. I still died quite a bit. There were a couple of times where I died and went back a lot because I forgot to save. But it's still not too difficult, especially because you can turn the Vita Chambers off in the options menu, so you don't really have to worry about accidentally using them. You can just turn them off, and then you don't. I did remember once I started on BioShock 2 that it has one of the most annoying things that in any video game ever, where when you load a game, when you reload a save, you have to hit a button in order to progress, to actually start the game again. So it's like it loads your save and it's like press space to start. Like, why? I don't want to press space to start. Just put me back in.
If you're not ready, sometimes
It's
you're just not ready.
stupid. Like, if I'm not ready, I will hit the escape button and pause the game, and then I'll come back when I am ready.
I know what you mean, though. I've done that where I'm like, damn, this thing's taking forever to load. And then you look down, and it's like press A. It's like
press A to continue.
So I was like, how long has that been there?
I forgot also that they restrict you to holding only 5 medkits and 5 Eve hypos, which is also super annoying. But yeah, I'm just blowing through those to try to get the rest of the achievements that I can get. I actually missed a lot in BioShock 2. Upgrading all your weapons and doing all the research and everything. So I'm going back through that again, trying to get all those. Pokemon Fire Red, the new one that came out, or that's not new, but the Switch version. Been
you
playing
got on
that.
Switch? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I saw you on Switch. I got it.
Yeah.
On the Steam Deck.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Fire Red is one of those games that it's fun to go back to because it's simple, but it's not so simple like the original Red and Blue games that were really restrictive.
When you can run too, which also helps.
Yes, you can run
immensely.
You can carry more than 20 items in your bag. You can catch Pokemon even if the box you're sending them to is full, so they'll just send them to the next box. There's so many improvements in that version.
Yeah, little things.
So, yeah, so I'm about halfway through that. I just got the 4th badge.
Oh wow, you're way farther than me.
Yeah, I'm on my way to. I just got through Pokemon Tower, so I'm on my way down Route 12, I think.
Route 66. Got it.
Yeah. But yeah. Let's see what else. Gato Roboto is this is I see Mike's face of confusion.
What is this? Because like I'm reading it, and I'm just like, all right. I've heard this.
Yeah, I don't even remember where I
Look
saw
it up
this advertised.
It's a
But
PS2 game.
is it?
No.
No.
Keep talking.
But anyway, Gato Roboto is
No.
it's basically it's Metroid, but you're a cat. I mean that's exactly what it is because you crash land on this planet and you're a human. You crash land on a planet, but you're trapped in the ship. So you play the cat who came with you, and the cat has a mech suit, and the mech suit can do all this stuff. It can swim underwater and can shoot rockets and stuff. But I mean, it is when you start playing it, you realize this is Metroid. That's or Super Metroid.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. But it's super fun. So definitely recommend picking this up. It's not very expensive at all. I think it was only like $5 or $10.
Yeah, I looked at it now. I'm like, okay, that's what it is. You know what I was thinking of?
What were you
Which
thinking
is
of?
going to be stupid because it has nothing to do with that. Guitaro Man,
It's hard.
which is a PS2 game.
Okay. I haven't even heard of that.
Not the same thing at all.
This is
Yeah.
Devolver Digital too.
Okay.
So they
There
always
you
make
go.
good stuff. So definitely
They
pick
always-
this up if
They
you like
always
Metroid.
make stuff for sure. I'd
Yeah.
say that. They do make mostly good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, if you like Metroid, pick that up because that's exactly what it is. So you'll enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pokemon Legends Z through A. What?
I really want to know your thoughts on this because I got thoughts myself. I want to know.
The interesting thing about this is that it has not grabbed me as much as Arceus did, which is kind of disappointing. I don't hate it.
Yes.
I just it hasn't like Arceus I played pretty consistently when it came out, and I played it until I was done. This one I fell off a couple times.
I'm
got back
dragging
on,
my
fell
feet
off a little
hard.
bit, got back
Yeah.
on. You know, I don't know why it just hasn't really grabbed me. I think maybe because Arceus was so different. Like it did a lot of
Maybe.
different things from
I feel
traditional
it had a lot
Pokemon
more varied.
Say
Sorry, I don't want
that
to
again.
interrupt you. I don't want to interrupt you too much, but like there was different. Like okay, there's like different zones that look different.
Yeah.
The whole city is pretty much the same.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It just gets boring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know.
Are you only in the city? There's no like
Only in the city.
like
there are
areas?
So there are wild zones in the city where
But
you
they're
go
super
in
small,
and they are
and they're not even that much different than the regular city.
Now more of them pop up as the game
Yeah,
progresses.
that's just true.
And I'm assuming that once the game gets to like its zenith, I'm assuming the entire city is going to turn into a wild zone. But I don't know that for sure. I'm just I think that may be where it's heading. But that's mostly. I think that's the biggest drawback to it is that it's very samey because you're just in Lumio City and that's it.
And I'm fine with that loop for a while, but I get bored and I don't want to go back. For a while. Oh, and why can't you jump? I get like you don't need to jump maybe, but there'll be like an item like on the equivalent of like a shoebox, you know, like, and you're like, well, I can't get up there. It's like just pick it up. Like,
so I don't know how far you've gotten, but there is a point where you get an ability with your Rotom phone where you fall off a ledge and then you hit a button and your Rotom phone picks you up and like launches you forward a little bit to the next ledge.
No, I don't have that. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how you
a jump,
quote unquote jump. Yes. That's how you jump.
No, it's not a jump. It's
a glide, I guess.
It's a fall.
It's falling with style.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So
a calculated fall.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
that's weird.
Yeah,
it's just dumb that like there'd be like an item that's just barely out of reach. Like anyone could get up there, and you're like, nah, I can't get to it. I'm like,
yeah. There were there were some
irks me.
decisions. There were some decisions made with this
There were
game.
some of those. Yeah, quite a few. I
Um,
love the battle system.
yeah.
I'll say that.
Mm,
I like it
I
personally.
I
It's
I
very
don't
quick.
I don't hate. Yes, it is very quick. That is good, especially after
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet, which was very slow. Um, I'm it's very difficult to adapt to. I think I've got it, but like the actual having to move
It's more
around
learning. Yeah.
is
It's more
yeah,
learning.
it's a big learning curve.
I'm also not a big fan of how you have to initiate battles sometimes, man. You kind of just sucker punch the like in
I don't
the battle zones.
I don't care about that.
I just feel bad about it. Like these people are just minding their own business. You're like,
No,
bam,
they're
boom.
not minding their own business. They are also there to fight.
They're on the hunt too, but it's just not. It's not very sportsmanlike. I will just get into a fight with them regular.
They should have been keeping an eye out. They should have been watching their six.
So you
Not my
just
fault.
roll up on
The
somebody and
mean
say, "Break
streets of
yourself, fool!" and
Pokemon.
you throw a Pokemon at their face or something.
You
Is
can
that how that
much.
no,
works?
not at them, at their Pokemon.
Not them at their Pokemon.
Oh,
So
okay.
they'll be walking around with like their, Charmander or whatever, and
Mm.
you're just like, I'm gonna sneak up on him, pull out my Bulbasaur, and just sucker punch this Charmander
Got it.
before we even get into the fight.
Got to keep your head on a swivel, man.
I
That's
guess
how it works
so.
in the that's how it works in the battle
The
zone.
mean streets, got it.
But yeah, that
Boy.
is part of it. It's like when it turns to night, the battle zone activates, and then anyone who's in the battle zone is fair game. If you're outside the battle zone, you don't attack people or anything, but inside that zone is like, okay, you guys are here to fight, so
It's like
all,
what's that movie?
all bets are off.
The Purge. That's what.
Yeah, like
it's
the Purge.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. It's dumb.
I-
It's dumb, but interesting.
yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna finish it. I just
Me too.
yeah, it just
I've
hasn't.
committed to
It has
finishing
not
it.
captured me as much as I thought it would.
I
I don't
like
think
to
it's
capture Pokemon.
I don't think it's a bad game. I just think it could have been better.
Is the moment to moment gameplay, is it kind of like a active time battle situation where there's, instead of taking turns, you're
Yes.
like you're constantly
Yeah,
doing
the
attacks,
battling
so
is
you're-
better.
it's like on a timer or something like that?
Yes.
Cooldown
so your
timer, yes.
moves are on a
moves are on
cooldown timer, and the
Okay.
cooldown timer varies depending on like what kind of move it is, how strong it is, and all that stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, and
Yeah.
Which is
that's
funny 'cause I
again
never
that's a
liked
lot
active
to
time battle back in the Final Fantasy 7 days.
yeah that's a lot to get
I
used
personally
to.
I
Hmm.
loved it, and I got used to it quick. I think different people probably adapt at different levels.
Mm.
I usually end up just like running around and mashing the button until the cooldown ends, and then it just
There
unleashes
you go.
again.
Just waiting for it to go. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But you can't really do that you can get away with that in like the regular battles, but when you fight the mega Pokemon, you can't really do that. You kind of have to pay attention to what you're doing because you
Yeah.
can, just like in Arceus, you can get hit and get hurt, and if you get hurt enough, then you
Then
lose
you black
also.
out. I think
Yeah.
I was fighting like a Victory Bell or something like that
Mhm.
was like mega evolved, and it got me, and that's where I stopped. And I said I'll get back to this, and I just haven't. So
Yeah, I've
one day
gotten-
though,
I'm curious because right now the story is like, okay, there are these rogue mega evolved Pokemon. Go out and get them. We're like, okay, we did that, and then the next day it's like, oh, there are more. Go get them. Like, okay, we did that.
this is
Oh,
my
there are
life
more.
now.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, are we gonna like go like get somewhere
Nope.
with this? You know?
No, for sure not.
Yeah.
Never.
So, yeah. Well, we'll see. I still want to finish it. It looks great.
Yeah.
All the people who are complaining about how it looks, go suck an egg. It looks great.
It doesn't look bad. It's just repetitive. That's my only
Yeah.
issue really with it.
Yeah.
So also the buildings are just like a flat. Like there's no.
I don't care. I do not.
I mean, I don't
could not
really
care
either.
less.
I don't really too much either, but it's like it does feel a bit lazy. So
Whatever.
Still looks good though. I mean, I'm not arguing that point. It still looks good. Still enjoyable.
I guess it would probably be more. You'd probably be more fine with that if the actual levels themselves were a bit more varied.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's what I
So,
said. The difference with
I-
Arceus, like Arceus, you have different zones
Yeah.
that like are different. They're not all the same zone.
So
again,
I could agree with you with that, and that it's a little lazy to leave the buildings that flat if you're not going to make other stuff look good as a result. So I can give you that one.
Yeah. Six one half dozen. I'll get to it eventually too. It's like there's just enough keeping me there, but not enough to make me really love it either.
Yeah. Also, when are we getting voice acting in Pokemon? Because I'm
Never.
sick and tired of hitting the button.
Never.
Or at
When
least
can we-
an auto advance button. At least
We
put
need
an
to
auto
make-
advance button.
We need to have a Pokemon episode, you and I and maybe somebody else. Like, there's so
really
many
not
like little.
an auto advance option.
No, there's not. There's
No.
never been, and it's annoying as
Crazy.
We
crap.
need to. You know
That's
what?
crazy.
I'm officially adding that to the list. How to fix Pokemon. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
there you go.
on the thing. So
You know, it's funny. Digimon Time Stranger has an advance button. Cyber Sleuth does not. Cyber Sleuth, you
Digimon
also have
Time
to manual
Stranger, I
advance.
picked up by the way, and I didn't play much of it, but I played a little bit, and I was like, wow, they cared definitely more than the Pokemon people did. Anywho,
I played a little bit of Time Stranger, but I need to finish Cyber Sleuth
You're
first.
stirring up the Mon pot.
Let's wrap this, put a bow on this for now. We still got a whole second half of the episode to go, so we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, again, we're gonna be talking about games killed by internet negativity. See you then. All right, and we're back. We're doing. See, I'm glad you asked. You're here to keep us on track here. Episode topic, that's what it says. Great, or at least good, games killed by internet negativity. We have quite a list on here. Some of them are kind of iffy about. I want to start off with I actually want to start off with the two that Dwight put on here specifically because I want to know, like, Mortal Kombat 1, was it killed by internet negativity? Like, I feel like it did well.
So, here's the thing.
Like, I don't really. There was
when
a
you talk
was there a
about
backlash.
when you talk about killed, it could be either critical reception, fan reception, or like actual like money and sales or whatever. Sales wise, it did great. I think it sold like
Okay.
over 8 million copies or something like that.
So that's a lot.
Critical reception when it first came out was also good because it was Mortal Kombat. It had a lot of stuff. It was fine. Fan reception was a whole different thing, especially if you're talking about like the FGC and like its place in the pantheon of fighting games or whatever. It hasn't been at Evo for a couple years now, and I think this coming up this year it's not going to be there either. It got bumped out by like other games, older games, which is not something that usually happens. Usually, new fighting games when they come out, they have to pick an older one that has to leave. There's always a Tekken and there's always a Street Fighter, unless there's like I think there was a couple years where instead of Street Fighter they had Marvel vs. Capcom or something like that. Usually there's always Street Fighter and a Tekken. Those are like the headliners. The third headliner is usually Mortal Kombat. Either a Mortal Kombat or like a I think was it or Injustice or whatever when Injustice was out. Some sort of Western type fighting game. But the past couple of years, or at least the past year or so, Mortal Kombat has been just dipping in popularity. There's a lot of shit that people are saying about it. They hate a lot of the changes that's been doing it. Like balance changes and everything have always been like a big talking point. I think the things they really hated was just like I'm trying to remember what it was that they hated, but once like the top level competitors will hate something, it'll kind of just like roll downhill to like the more casual people, and it's like, oh yeah, that's terrible. I hate that.
So and so
we'll
said
just
this
jump on the
about this,
bandwagon.
so therefore I don't have my own opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's
Yeah.
at the point where it's not big enough to show up at Evo, even though it sold a shit ton. It sold way more than Street Fighter or Tekken or anything. That's the thing about like the Western made fighting games like Mortal Kombat. Even though they don't get the same level of prestige, they sell way more because casual like people love Mortal Kombat way more than like Street Fighter or anything like that. It makes a shit ton of money.
It's also really easy to button mash Mortal Kombat versus like
Sure, yeah. So I mean,
It
so
is.
that's
I mean-
kind of that's kind of the competitive scene has kind of just died out completely, and it's pretty. I mean, I'll say it's mostly due to just like how they've reacted to changes and stuff that they don't like, and then it just kind of slowly starts dropping off for everybody else. Um, so yeah, it's kind of a weird situation with that. The other one I put on there, Marathon.
Yeah, what's up with that? I know a lot of people that were into Destiny, or at least people I've
Yeah,
talked to that are like super into Destiny. They're
yeah,
like starkly anti-marathon.
yeah.
Uh,
So this one is even more obviously like a just bad word of mouth. And I said almost because it's actually doing fairly well. It's not completely bombed out, but
got good
it has
reviews.
it has dropped down in numbers. Yeah, reviews are good, critics like it. But before it came out, there was a ton of hate for this game. Everybody was saying how much it was
Yes.
crap and everything, and um, just like the AI stuff came out, and a lot of people didn't like that. There's just like you know, um, general dislike of Bungie after some shit they did in Destiny or whatever. I played the beta and I was not impressed by the beta. And I think it was because I also played um, that other extraction shooter that came out recently that looks like 80s and stuff.
Arc Raiders?
Arc Raiders.
I don't know how
Arc
I got
Raiders.
there.
Arc Raiders is objective. Even though I don't really like extraction shooters, it is genuinely a very well made game. And I would say that objectively is definitely better than Marathon. There's way more to do. There's more like atmosphere and everything. Marathon just has that look, which is kind of unique, but there's a lot of things that it does that is just doesn't seem as good. And you have a set character. In Arc Raiders, it's a customized character. But in Marathon, it's like a hero extraction shooter. There's like
Mm.
4 or 5 hero characters that you can pick, and they have like abilities and stuff, which is kind of, I guess that's the unique thing that it does. But anyways, it's not doing terribly. The numbers are kind of low, but they did kind of. It wasn't until it released and critics liked the game that people started giving it a chance, really. And a lot of people were in like the last open beta, but there's a lot of hate that was coming their way before the game even came out, um, which is just kind of odd.
I think Destiny people kind of, or at least I don't know. This is my outward perception, right?
Mm,
Like they get in their loop, right? They're like, this. I play Destiny. I know people that put thousands of hours into
yeah,
that's their
yeah,
shit, and they are just like no marathon. Like it's like they're afraid of change. this
yeah,
this new thing is coming in and it's gonna push out their old things. It's like that's
yeah.
how stuff works, though.
I
It's
don't
just
personally dislike Marathon, but I do think that it's kind of a waste of that IP. Um, I feel like if they're going to bring back Marathon, which is an awesome idea, making it an extraction shooter was just kind of, why? Why,
I mean,
why would
it
you do that?
definitely killed any aspirations I had for playing it. I'll say that much. But
Hmm.
I'm at the point now where like there's so many games. Like if I'm not interested, I'm just not interested. Moving on, right? I'm not gonna try and like fit a square peg into a round hole,
Yeah.
at this rate. So
Yeah. I just kind of threw those on because of that.
no, Marathon I was definitely curious about. Mortal Kombat I was like a little more up in the air. Like at least that like Mortal Kombat, like they're gonna make another Mortal Kombat. Like no issue,
Yeah, yeah, of
right?
course.
Like it's gonna be a thing.
It's
Uh
more of a question of, are they going to make an Injustice first, or are they going to make a Mortal Kombat first? I think they're
yes.
going to go towards Injustice, is what people are
I hope
thinking.
so because I
They
love Injustice.
they
Injustice 2 is awesome.
go back and forth on that, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of a question
Um
of what are they going to call it because Mortal Kombat 2 is taken.
well, technically, yeah. I don't know.
The naming is terrible.
Yeah. Didn't they learn anything from Xbox on that one?
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Um
There's been 3 different Mortal Kombat ones.
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Why
Um
Xbox One? Maybe that's how many seconds of thought they put into naming it.
yeah. All right. Yeah. How about Xbox? No, we did that. Xbox One? God, let's wrap it up. Going on break. Um, so a game that you and I played, I kind of rapid fire some of these, and a lot of the reasons I don't remember the reason why. Maybe they have
Mm,
internet or negativity, but let's start with Avengers here.
mm.
Um, and I have my theories as to what kind of killed that game. and why people kind of poo-pooed all over it from the get-go. And I don't know if you're going to agree with me, but I kind of perceive it as like we had Spider-Man, right? And we had, I mean, Ultimate Alliance was a little bit older, but like we had those big budget Sony-esque games. And I think when this was kind of like shown originally, maybe everyone thought that's the sort of game it was going to be.
Yeah.
And maybe it's partially their fault for not like explaining the type of game it really was. But anybody that followed this game knew what sort of game it was going to be.
I mean, they because they originally showed off the cutscenes, and the cutscenes are really well made in that game, and they do seem like it's going in that Spider-Man, Sony Spider-Man direction of just being like hyper focused on story and everything, and that's kind of not what the game is at all.
No,
it just has really cool cutscenes.
Yes, but I mean, there is a single player. You can play the game single player. There is like an A to B plot to follow.
There is, but it's not the game, which is kind of
the game.
And we've talked about that multiple times. Like the game doesn't start until you finish that,
until you finish the main campaign.
Game.
Yes.
So it's just kind of I think a lot of people consider it as like a bait and switch, but
yeah, and I think it's partially their fault, but at its core, the game is fun. Like I played a lot of this
really
game.
Fun.
You played a lot of that game.
Yeah, I really did like that game, and the combat was really nice, and especially once you start getting deep into the weeds with all like the elemental gear and everything. I was like, yeah, it was good stuff. But yeah, it was repetitive though.
It was, but you could tell they had a lot planned. Like,
yeah,
they just never got a chance to get to because it just didn't have the support because everyone was too busy like shitting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It's really a victim of circumstance, I think. Just like stuff, expectations versus reality.
And funnily enough, people shat on it also because it was like a forever game and it had like loot and stuff like that. And Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3 or whatever is also like that. It's also kind of I mean, it didn't really do the exact same thing of having like, dailies and weeklies and stuff like that and having changing stuff, but it had a lot of DLC and there's a lot of kind of like forever game elements to it. And like loot grinding and all that other kind of stuff. Like Ultimate Alliance 3 did a lot of that too. So they kind of went more of into like a modern forever game type, you had to fill out your battle pass and things like that. But it really wasn't that different. So it's kind of it is kind of funny seeing like people get so mad about that. It's like, I mean, it's not that different from what they were doing already, but whichever.
I mean, it kind of goes. I'll tack this one on too. It kind of puts in that same realm of like what you wanted versus what you got.
Yeah.
Like I put Suicide Squad on here as well because yes, I mean that game is not like I really didn't enjoy that game a lot. Like, but I thought it was fine for what it was.
Yeah.
Like for what it was. But people wanted a Rocksteady like. People wanted Rocksteady to make what Rocksteady was.
They wanted Batman.
Yeah.
They wanted a Batman game.
They
wanted at least a Suicide Squad game done in the same sort of ilk. But that's not what that was.
No.
And I think that's a little bit of them as in not the consumers, but like the developers not reading the room. Not even the developers. I'm sure the developers probably, especially Rocksteady, they knew what the hell they were doing. They knew.
But
there was a lot of damage control near the end of that.
Yeah, the publisher's not. And I played it. It is definitely a competent game. I would say I didn't like it as much as Avengers because it was pretty much just everybody just shoots. And I mean, there's unique like movement options, but it was just like a giant city that you're just flying around and everybody's just shooting stuff. So it's just kind of each character was less unique in that way than in Avengers. But other than that, it was definitely a forever game. There's dailies and loot pass and battle passes and all that other stuff, and that's really not what people were looking for.
No.
But it's not a bad game. It was just not.
I mean, just because that's not what you wanted out of it doesn't mean it's bad per se. It's just mean it's not for you. I mean, I'm not gonna play like if God forbid, I know it's not gonna be a thing like Shenmue Rainbow Six 3 or whatever comes out. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is so stupid. I'm just like, well, I mean, if it was a great game, but it's not what Shenmue is.
And what's
Um,
funny, people gave Arkham Knights a
I
lot of
was gonna
shit
go there.
because it was not, it wasn't like an actual Rocksteady joint either.
Yep.
I actually enjoyed that game way more than Suicide Squad,
I
but
did
that game
too. In fact, I
also
beat
got
that
shit
one.
on. And it's a lot closer to what the Avengers was like than like the Suicide Squad game. But yeah, a lot of people hated that game too. uh,
And I hate to see games that they clearly put a lot of effort into this and they just like flop because
yeah,
negative word
yeah.
of mouth. I don't know. I remember a friend of the show, Jordan Connolly, was like super hyped for that.
Mm,
He's been on our show before a long time ago at this point, but he was
mm,
super excited for Arkham Knights, and I don't
mm.
think he even got around to playing it because of he's just
Yeah,
kind of. I mean, here's what I'm saying: if you're interested in something, don't listen to the internet. The internet hates everything.
mm,
Yep.
They hate
You
everything,
can
man.
find someone who will hate anything.
Yes,
So
I did
it's
get the
you can't
PC version of that.
you can't just go off of
and
what everyone else says.
been talking to a friend of mine who got into gaming recently, and he's watching a bunch of stuff on YouTube. And like, you're gonna become one of those disgruntled gamers that just is
Yeah,
just no. I'm like, what you need to do, and this is a recommendation for him or anybody else. Find a YouTuber if you're gonna watch YouTube and you want to watch reviews and you want to find someone that you kind of like gel with, as a reviewer. Like, oh, we like the same sort of games, sort of thing, and watch them if you want to know about something. Like, because they're probably gonna have, and you don't take their opinion as gospel. But
mm,
like I have a couple people I go to. John Linneman on Digital Foundry. Me and him
mm,
tend to like the same things. Like he
mm.
was super into Bomb Rush, Cyberpunk, you know,
Yeah,
a couple
and
other games like Densha Attack. I think he was talking about. I'm like, yes, that's my jam. That's what
yeah,
I'm
that
into.
that is a good game. I played the demo for that. I also pay more attention to what they're saying is good and bad and
Yeah.
why, as opposed to, oh, it's bad, or,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
it's good. Like, why are they saying it's
yeah.
good or it's
Why is
bad?
it bad?
Yeah, because there's times when they say, like, oh, this is terrible. And I'm like, well, that's the kind of shit I want. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
oh man, this game is so short. It's terrible. I'm like, all right, I don't want to
I love
spend
short
300
games.
fucking
Yeah,
hours.
exactly.
Hmm.
I'm a grown adult. That's
Yeah,
why all the negative reviews for Legacy came and said, "Oh, it's short." It's like, well, it's great for me.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
done with it.
I can get it done and move on to the next one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
exactly.
a specific Metroidvania. It was Deedlit in Wonderland, I think it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, when that came out, and there's so many like 6 and 7, scores for that game because they're like, oh, it's just really short. It's really pretty and everything, but it's just super short. There's not much to it. I love that game, and I
Yeah.
blew through it and enjoyed my time with it, and then moved on. It's a beautiful game, and it plays well, and it's just like if you see that and you're like, oh, well, it just got a 7, that's stupid, and then you just never try it. Like, don't ignore them.
Also, people that put like review numbers, whatever. I mean, I get it. It's a way to review stuff, but like, when did
Mhm.
7 become bad?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
seven's
yeah,
fine. Like, I
yeah.
don't really start to question stuff until I see like a 5, really. Like, and even then, I'm just like, am I still interested? I'm not worried about what they say, you know?
Hmm.
Um, some other games, real quick, that reviewed well but didn't do well
Hmm.
that I kind of put on this list. Actually, there's really only 3 more, so I just kind of lump them together and we can just have like a mass discussion.
Yeah, yeah,
Marvel's Midnight Sun, which
yeah,
I think reviewed
yeah.
incredibly well. Dragon Age
Hmm.
Veilguard reviewed well with like
Hmm.
critics, and Star Wars Outlaws. Um,
Hmm.
I think Midnight Suns is probably in a different sort of category where
Hmm.
people saw that it had a card system in
Yeah, they
there and
saw the
just
car battling
immediately,
and yeah,
nope,
just threw it
Yeah.
out, threw that
just
baby out
nope.
with the bathwater.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, we've talked about that game a lot. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed playing that game.
me
I
too.
also could care less about card battling
I
games.
don't like
And it,
card games
and it
typically.
I think it was great. And the way that the system worked was it was kind of half card battling, but and like half just like interacting with the environment and everything like that. I think it worked really well together.
Those cards are just attacks and abilities. They're just in card format.
Yeah,
Like it's really no different.
yeah. So
Yes.
I mean, it's I don't even. So many people hate card battling, and it's kind of like, well, what specifically about it do you not like? And I think I
Yeah.
can answer for myself. Where I played the Kingdom Hearts game on Game Boy Advance, I can't remember the name of it. Where
Chain of
if
memories. Don't
you
ask me why I
run
know that
out
so
of
quickly.
cards, you run out of these certain cards, then you just can't do anything, and so you're just like running around waiting for the cards to reload or something like that. That's not how
Yeah.
this game is like.
No.
You're always able to do something, and you reshuffle the hand and get your stuff back or whatever at a certain point. So there's always something that you can do. There's never a time when, oh, I'm sitting here with no abilities and I just can't respond to anything or do
Yeah.
anything with it.
You struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you struggle.
um,
I don't know. I really hate the fact that because you could tell at the end of it. Like I don't know if you
mm,
remember. I don't remember 100%, but they were
mm.
definitely setting up for a sequel. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah, which would
It's
have been great. And I loved how they focused on, like lesser known Marvel characters. I mean,
yes.
sure, they had to put fucking Iron Man in there
I mean,
and
you gotta have
whatever.
like a draw,
Yeah,
but
I
they
mean,
had
whatever.
it was a good mix though. It was
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
mix.
And of course, it
So
came out with the Deadpool DLC because you just got to add Deadpool in there
of
to,
course,
pull
of
in that
course.
crowd or whatever. But I mean, it had a lot of other characters like Nico, Minoru, whatever. I remember reading, um, my God, Runaways. I
Runaways.
remember reading Runaways back in like the late 2000, early 2010s, late 2000s or something like that. And that was seeing that character come back again in a game was pretty awesome because I mean they're not. I think they did have a show, but I don't know how
They did.
popular that show
Yeah.
was or whatever. But there's just some of those characters that I really enjoyed, like Magic. I like that character too. They don't really do a whole lot with her. Well, at that time, they didn't really do a whole lot with her in games and stuff, but now she's in like everything. So
Well,
there's
I mean,
that.
the fact that's why they added like Blade and Wolverine and Spider Man to like try
Mm,
and get you. Because if it would have been all those like B, C
yeah,
tier, like then
yeah.
nobody would have. It would have been worse off than what it is currently.
I mean, true, true. But yeah,
I would definitely say if you have any interest in Marvel anything, don't worry about the cards. They're
yeah,
just
yeah.
attacks. They're just
Just play it.
abilities. Just
Yeah.
play the damn game. It's amazing. It's on sale all the time for like
Hmm.
nothing. Like even the gold edition that has all the DLC with like 4 extra characters is
Hmm.
on sale often. So
It's
definitely
like
give that
10
a
or
go.
$15 or something like that.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
something insanely cheap. I mean,
Hmm.
um, it's good stuff though. The last 2 games also amazing games, I'd say, but I think they got negative receptions for similar reasons. And they're both kind of like politicalized, and I hate that when people drag personal politics into stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Dragon Age Veilguard and Star Wars Outlaws.
Well,
I'm not
to
gonna get
be
into like the
fair,
weeds because we are on YouTube here at this point.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, to be fair, anything that you make is always a reflection of your personal politics. It's just whether you
True.
agree with it or not. So that
Yes.
is kind of like a thing that people say a lot. It's like, oh, it's political. It's like, bro, everything you say or do is political.
I mean,
It's just
I
your
agree
opinion
with
with
you.
how, yeah.
I
So
agree
I
with you,
mean,
but it's
yeah,
it's not like they're acting
it's
like,
a
oh, this entire project is a statement for this,
right. It's like
and it's
the
not.
stance that they
Yeah.
took and what they put in there is what a lot of people didn't agree with, which is what the issue was. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, like that character specifically.
Yes.
But I mean,
We're talking about Dragon Age as currently, but yeah,
yeah,
that's
Dragon
just
Age
getting everyone
Veilguard.
caught up.
It is definitely the game itself is definitely really different from the other Dragon Age games.
Yes,
And I think that's another part of it. It's just like how different it was
possibly.
from the other games. A lot of people thought that it was a little too streamlined and like modernified and all that. Um,
Identified.
I mean, kind of get I get that complaint. Because I wouldn't say I
But it
don't know.
wasn't too simple either. I feel like it was a good balance. Like it wasn't. It was
Yeah,
fine.
but it was definitely just like a straight up action game most of the time.
It
Like
was a
it,
lot easier as far as
yeah.
like
Well,
yeah
yeah, it was really more of just like a straight up action game. There wasn't really like a tactical,
yeah. It was more like two
aspect
than it
to it.
was like 3 or
3,
1
yeah,
even.
which is what people were looking for. So I mean, I kind of get that. I still think it's a great game on its own, like on its own merits.
Like I don't feel like
Um,
that's the reason why it got shunned as much as it was, though. I mean, it was definitely
yeah,
part of it,
yeah.
but I think people made such negative responses to specifically that one character, but like
Yeah.
and also the writing wasn't the best, but people like took it way out of like they're like, oh, this is absolute shit, this is terrible.
Yeah, it's
And I was
really
like,
not that
no, it's not. I
serious.
mean, it has some jank stuff in there, but Mass
Yeah,
Effect's got some jank stuff in there.
yeah.
Like
It wasn't that serious. I played through the entire thing myself, and I don't think it was that serious.
I thought the game was a lot of fun. In fact, it was my game of the year for that year. Like I liked it a
Mhm.
lot.
Unfortunately, it just came out at the wrong time. It was a product of the time that it came out.
It
And
was
people were
and
getting mad
just-
about that stuff in general, so that's unfortunately what
and
happened there.
it just takes like one or two real popular people to do it, and then like there goes the bandwagon, and
No.
now the
Yeah.
game is like $7.99, brand new, at your local Best Buy or whatever. So play the game. Like if you haven't played this game, it's a very good game. Like I enjoyed it a lot.
Mm,
Star Wars Outlaws, I can't really nail down exactly why people kind of poo-pooed on it. I think maybe Ubisoft Burnout had a lot
no
to do with it.
lightsabers.
There's no
That's
lightsabers,
exactly why. That's exactly why.
I mean,
which
it's
is dumb.
a Star Wars game in a lot of people's minds. I will say is just like if there's no
Jedi.
lightsaber, no Jedi or whatever, it's not a Star Wars game, and they just don't
Yeah.
want to. And that's kind of the only reason why I didn't really get super deep into it was because it's like an open world Ubisoft joint, and it was definitely a lot more stealth focused than I was
Mhm.
kind of expecting. Which is another thing I think a lot of people didn't really like was you
Yes.
can't really go in guns blazing and everything all the time. Which I mean, which is fine. But yeah, the non lightsaber part of it. I think there needs to be more Star Wars games in general. Star Wars games, shows, like media, whatever, with just like that doesn't focus as much on like the Jedi, just because
Yeah.
if everything is always about the Jedi, then they're just not special anymore. It's not like a thing where they just come out and be
I
Super Saiyan.
agree with
If
you
everybody's fucking
100%.
Super Saiyan, then like,
Then who cares? I'm
then
the
yeah.
same way. Oh my gosh. Side tangent. I'm the same way with Dragon Ball. Like that's why I
Yeah.
like Dragon Ball more.
Yeah.
And that's why I like OG Gundam more. When there's one
Yeah.
Gundam, it's
Yeah,
cool. When there's a ton of
Yeah.
Gundams, who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
it's not really, yeah. It's
It's
what
not
was it?
special.
That's like a quote from The Incredibles or whatever. It's like when everyone's super, then no one will be.
Then no
or
one's
whatever.
super.
That's
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
So yeah, I don't get this obsession with like everything has to be lightsaber
I mean,
fest or whatever.
it's
like
lightsabers are cool. I love projects
Yeah.
centered around that. But
Yeah.
Star Wars is it's a whole
Yeah.
thing. It's
Doesn't
a
have
whole
to be
universe.
every single game.
That's just
Yeah.
one part of it. Like you
Right.
could have so much other things involved with it.
Yeah.
And we've gotten to a point, like you said, where people just they want what they want, and anything else is garbage.
Right.
Remember where there was like a Star Wars Droid Smith game? Remember that on PC back in the day? You could build droids and like do different things. Yeah,
I remember
think it was called.
hearing about that.
Do you remember the part where people up in arms because there was no lightsabers in that one? No, because that was in like 1995, and no
Uh,
one cared that much. Also, the internet wasn't.
What
nearly
if,
as
what if they made a
prominent.
new? I think what I was expecting was Star Wars 1313 or whatever that was called, or like
Oh,
a
yeah.
sequel to Bounty Hunter or something. That's what I want to play. I want to play
That's not
Bounty
what you're
Hunter.
getting here. What
But
you're
it's
getting,
definitely not what you're getting here.
you're
Yeah.
getting like a pseudo. I say pseudo, not really, but
Mm.
kind of an Assassin's Creed vibe. But you're playing a Han Solo character pretty much. But
Yeah,
it's not Han
yeah.
Solo.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a seedy underworld of Star Wars. There's a lot of like cloak and dagger, like listening to conversations, following leads, holding people up. There's a lot of that. Stealing from the Empire. I like the game a lot. In fact, I've played it all the way through once, and I'm like halfway through it again, and I'm kind of like doing the DLC as I'm going. And there is some fan servicey bits in there. Lando's in there, and like Boba Fett, and there's a couple other things in there. But yeah, I
I
mean,
think that might be part of the problem. Is I don't think people have the patience for that stuff anymore.
they don't.
Yeah, they don't. I mean,
We
I don't.
complain this stuff's too short, but we complain that
Yeah.
it's too
Yeah,
much.
I'm gonna sound really old when I say this, which I am, but I think that's part of the whole TikTok generation.
Yes.
yeah. Instant
It's affecting this
gratification.
stuff too. It's like the instant
Yeah.
gratification. People don't have the patience. I mean, try to get a Gen Z or Alpha person to play like Thief, where you have to sit around and watch the guards and like creep around. They will die because
Yeah,
people don't
exactly.
people don't have patience for it anymore.
No, they
And
don't.
and that's I still need to play Star Wars Outlaws, but I think I will enjoy it just
Mm.
because of that
I think you'll
certain
like
type
it
of
too.
gameplay.
It's received a lot of patches too that kind of like have
Mm.
some of those quality of life improvements to where the stealth isn't as forgiving as it used to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, or
But
unforgiving. Yeah.
it was
unforgiving.
actually kind of
Yes.
ridiculous at the beginning. Like you get
Mm.
seen like, it's like how I didn't even see
Mm.
you, and I was looking for you. You know,
It,
so
it it plays well. It looks good.
even on Switch 2, by the way, game even on Switch 2 looks incredible.
Mm.
Yeah. That's all I got on my list here. That's some good. There's plenty more. I mean, we could probably
Yeah, of
sit here and
course.
speculate all day. But
Mm.
the end result is, I beg you, listener, make your own
Mm.
decisions. And just if something looks interesting to you, and I've said this plenty of times on the show, don't listen to anyone. Give it a shot. These people work hard in these games, and I mean, yeah, there are cash grabs. That's a thing. That's with any industry. People put out just slop. It's cash grabs out there. But just because someone says that about it doesn't mean it has to be that way. You give it a shot. Give it your own take. Form your own opinion. Be your own person. That's the end result. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Good talk. Good talk. We have a recommendations corner. We're gonna do it a little differently now because we're running out of anime and games.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm just gonna say, does anybody have a recommendation for any of the listeners, viewers, whatever out there?
I have a recommendation, like a half one. So I recommended Gurren Lagann a long time ago on the anime recommendations. Amazing show. I
Mm.
recently watched the English sub, which I don't normally do because normally English subs for anime are garbage.
Oh, it
Um,
does. Yeah,
or,
yeah.
yeah, or dubs. Sorry, did I say
Mm.
subs? I meant dubs.
Yeah.
Usually,
Yeah,
usually the English dubs are
we knew what
garbage.
you meant so far ahead that
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
um, this one is actually not that bad.
Hmm.
I would actually go so far as to say it's pretty good. It
Mm.
doesn't quite get to the level of the Japanese dub, just because there's a very guttural and primal nature to the show, and there's a lot of like screaming and yelling and
Mhm.
stuff, and that really comes through a lot better in Japanese.
Mm.
Um, so it doesn't quite get there as well in English, but it's still a
Mm.
really good dub. So I would suggest if you don't, even if you don't, um, even if you don't like English dubs typically,
Mm.
but you like this show, I would give it a shot and see what you think. Well, it's got a lot of good voice actors into it. There are a lot of people I recognize from Digimon specifically. Check out
Yeah.
the English dub if you like the show. It's actually
Mm.
Yeah.
it's actually a good dub.
Going back, I've done that a couple times where it's just like watching a show. I watched it one way, and then I'll watch it again, but I'll watch it, you know, whether in English or Japanese or whichever way I didn't watch it. It's almost like a
Mhm.
different show, a little
Yeah.
Mm.
bit. I mean, it's the same show, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm.
I was
Um,
needing something different to listen to
yeah.
during work, and I listened to that the English dub of that like 3 times in a row,
Wow.
just because I was like, man, this is actually really good.
Yeah. It's like a little radio drama when you don't have to really pay attention to it because you already know what's
Exactly,
going on. So,
exactly. You can't do
um,
that with the Japanese version because
yeah,
even though
yeah,
I kind of know what's going on because I've seen
Mm.
it,
yeah. It's not the
several
same. You
times,
got you
it's
got
not
to
the
look
same. Yeah,
occasionally. So,
yeah.
all right, cool. We'll put a hat on it there. Let's see. Next episode, next 2 weeks. It's gonna be a 2 week
Next
thing.
time.
Next time on
Yeah.
Welcome to the Game Room. Krillin's in trouble. No, I'm joking. Let's see.
What?
Again.
That's a Dragon Ball Z thing.
Oh,
You
Krillin.
Yeah,
gotta,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Vegeta's pissed. No, let's see. I don't think they ever use quite such language there, but
Mm.
I got same name, different game. There are a couple of I know that's like pretty vague. There's a couple games out there where it's just like, yeah, it's two different versions, completely different versions of the same thing. So I'll be talking about that. And I think that's it. That's it for the thing. That's it. The whole show. It's over.
We did it. It's
yay.
over.
It's
We're
there.
at the end.
Jonathan, where can people find you in the meantime? Nowhere,
in
probably.
Chantermon on all the things.
All
All of the
things.
social medias, all of the games, all of the places.
All around the world.
All around the world.
Dwight, where around the world can people find you?
D-Money 8719 on all of the things. I've just been on Xenoblade on Switch recently, though. I played Rivals occasionally. That's pretty much it for me.
All right. Cool. And me specifically, I'm streaming on Twitch at MicMacIRL. If you're watching this on, or if you're listening to this on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts, there's a YouTube channel called MicMac Life. You can check it out. The podcast is on there. I'll have regular videos up there eventually. Michael McLeod on everything else. Pretty cut and dry. Until then, catch you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
See ya.
All right, then, bye.